And I do appreciate my friend, Congressman Al Green. We are friends, and people have said, what do you have in common with Al Green? Well, actually, he is my brother. We are Christian brothers, and he adds significantly to this body, and I'm proud to be his brother. Slavery does shock the conscience, and I agree. It is really a crime against humanity. I remember after, and it's still going on. It's happening across our southern border. It's horrendous what's happening to some of the people that are being sex trafficked. We saw it in Nigeria after the 250 plus girls were kidnapped by Boko Haram from a Christian girls' school and handcuffed to beds, according to some of the stories that girls that escaped, repeatedly raped day after day. They were just horrendous conditions. I've been asked to fly over and meet with some of the parents of the girls that were kidnapped. And we had to go out a few hours from the city to a safe house. Met with, turned out, no fathers, all mothers. And I asked the pastor that was there with them during a break in our meeting, where are all the fathers? And he said that's part of the tragedy. The fathers don't feel like they did their job as a father since their daughter was abducted and they knew was being made to perform actions, chained, handcuffed to beds, being raped every day repeatedly. The fathers didn't feel like they had done their job, that they deserved to have a home and a bed, so they went out into the bush. And as I understood later on, many of them had died out there. It was tragic. That's a form of slavery, horrendous. To think that's still going on, I was totally shocked. I thought humanity had advanced so far, and yet during the latter years of the Obama administration, we learned that in the world today there are currently more slaves than ever in the history of the world. Over 40 million people in slavery. While the United States was a superpower. And President Obama, I know from the people in Nigeria, they told me they had word from the Obama administration that if Nigeria would legalize same-sex marriage and would provide abortions, legalize and provide abortions, then the United States would help Nigeria defeat Boko Haram. But as a very scrupulous, caring Catholic bishop in Nigeria said, our Christian beliefs are not for sale to the United States, to President Obama, or to John Kerry. We're not selling our Christian beliefs. That seemed pretty tragic, too, that we would basically try to compel people to go against their biblical beliefs so that they could get help removing children from slavery, sex slavery. I was surprised many years ago to find out, as a history major, I owed the Army 4 years, so I was going to be going there. So I loved math, was good at it. Biology, very interesting. Not as much to me botany, but I loved history and I majored in it. But it turned out that when the horrendous mistake, crime against humanity, whatever you want to call it, it's horrendous. That first ship brought slaves to America. It turns out they weren't the first slaves to North America. There were numerous cases of Indian tribes that would war with another tribe. They would kill many of the braves, the males, and often take women and children as slaves. It's something for which mankind should not be proud at all. There's even references in the Bible to people selling children to pay off their debts. Just tragic. So hopefully in days ahead we can do more to alleviate this crime against humanity that has grown substantially in the world today.